Hello everyone. This time in this video we are going to go ahead and we are going to animate our enemy and player sprites so that they are actually playing from their sprite sheets. The little thruster images are going to be changing in the back of each ship so that it looks like they're flying. For the enemy it's pretty straightforward. They only can fly straight and they just have two images. For the player, this particular example is going to be kept simple and we're just going to be using the same images as the enemy, meaning the ones of the ship flying straight ahead. The images for the ship banking left and right we are not going to do for this example. We'll go ahead and do that in a future video. So what we're going to do here is select the prefabs folder and then select the enemy prefab and open the prefab so you can see the whole thing. We want to make sure that the full sprite image is associated with the enemy prefab. So click and drag down here in your sprites folder the main enemy image, not one of the individual sprites, but the main one, enemy big here, and drag it over here onto the sprite render for the sprite field. This is enemy big 0 right now. If you drop it, it probably won't update, it won't change. That's fine. Okay. Then what we need to do now is we need to open the animation window. To get to that, with the enemy prefab still selected, you want to make sure this stays selected. Okay? Go to Window, Animation, Animation. Okay? Now I'm going to click and drag this tab, and I'm going to put it right here so that I can see the whole thing. Now I still have the enemy prefab selected. I've just opened a new tab, the animation window. And it should give you the option to create a new animation. So go ahead and click Create. Now it's going to ask you where you want to store one. If you remember before, in the Assets folder, we created an Animations folder. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the Animations folder, and I'm going to, sticking with the name of the file, enemy-big_fly. Now you can call this whatever you want. This is just going to be the naming convention I use. And then save the animation. Okay. Now, I want you to click and then hold Shift and click the second enemy image and drag them and drop them up here in the animation window. Okay. Now, if you expand this little arrow here, you'll see the two ship icons, and then if you scroll in with your mouse wheel, you'll be able to actually see the icons. Right here, we have two images. Those are the two we drug in. If we go ahead and change the samples from 60 to 12. So rather than try to play it at 60 frames a second, we're going to try to play it at 12 frames a second. Okay? So we're going to slow it down quite a bit. Now if you click play, once it loads and your enemies start flying into view, you should see them appear as if they are flying. Their thrusters are moving because the animation is playing. And that's really all there is to it to get something like that kind of simple animation working. So here we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same with the player. So select the player, because it's not a prefab, we don't have to go to the prefabs or anything. And I want you to click Create for this one as well on the animation window. Okay. And I'm going to navigate to the animations folder and I'm going to call this player_fly. And then I'm going to select down here in the sprites window, ship 2 and ship 6. Is it 6? No, ship 7. Drag them up and drop them in. Also change the samples up here to 12. And then I'm going to click play. You'll see the player's little thrusters are animating. And there you go.